Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast, a deep dive into all things Disney Vacation Club. We share tips, tricks, and insider info, helping you make the most of your membership. Join us for the latest news, reviews, and interviews with DVC experts and enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned DVC member or considering your first contract, this podcast is for you. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Hurley and Gary Arruda.
Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. This is episode 49, recorded in the DeFont Leroy Recording Studios in Sarasota, Florida, and Cranston, Rhode Island. I'm your host, Mike in Florida, joined by my cousin and co-host, Gary, up in Rhode Island. Good evening, Gary.
How you doing, Parts?
I'm doing great, thank you.
That's good.
Yeah.
What's new in your neck of the woods?
Not too much. We talked a few days ago. We were doing a little recording, getting ahead, so to speak, because I'll be up there for an overnight. Mine is an eating trip, and you'll be up there for an extended period with family.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Nephews, in-laws.
Well, as soon as I began nephews, you stopped. I'm looking forward.
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt you, Parts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, you're good.
I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yes, sir.
The two weasels.
Are you all flying together?
No, thank God.
What do you mean?
So they booked their flight, and I was like texting with my sister when she booked her flight, and she booked the 4 seats, and she told me what she paid. And like 5 minutes later, I went on to Southwest, and it was like double from what she said when I tried to book it. So I ended up doing JetBlue.
Okay.
And my flight ended up getting moved up, so I'm getting in like an hour and a half earlier than them.
But why did you say thank God? No, you're not flying together. Thank God.
Oh, because
that has nothing to do with the pricing.
Oh, because of the price. Yeah, it would have been too expensive.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
No, it has a lot to do with the pricing. I don't know what you're talking about. Because all the kids, they were like, well, you could sit with me and Weasel number one, and then you sit. And I'm like, no. I'm not sitting with other people's children. It's bad enough I have to sit with my own children on a flight. I'm not getting roped into
the weasels are going to sit together, and then you're going to be like in 15C next to some kid who's blowing his nose on his wrist.
No, I was going to be with my weasel and one of my sister's weasels in a row, and then she was going to be scot-free on her own having a mimosa on the plane, like in the first class.
Who's setting this one up?
But not now, because we're on different flights.
Was she setting this one up?
No, I think she was having the kids, because like he was going, I want to sit next to you on the plane, Uncle Gary. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
No.
So we're flying different, a whole different terminal. I don't even have to worry about even running into them at the Orlando airport.
Are you getting the same car service, or is it kind of like we'll meet you there?
We'll meet you there.
Oh, this is beautiful.
So all the car services I looked at said they can't go between terminals because JetBlue flies into the new Terminal C.
Mm-hmm.
And Southwest is in A, B, whatever, the original building. So I looked into all the car services, and plus they're later, so what, they're going to wait around for an hour for their flight to come in?
Yeah, probably if they're banking on you paying for the car service.
Yeah, I'm not waiting and paying.
Yeah.
I'm going to delay the start of my vacation and pay their ticket.
Uncle Gary, yes, of course.
No. So we get.
Do they call you Uncle Gary?
Yeah. What else are they going to call me?
That just sounds dumb, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess. What else are they going to call me, though?
Well, I don't know. That's just Uncle Gary's real dumb, isn't it?
Yeah. So apparently, Ed has been watching YouTube videos on Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Okay.
And my mom said, and I quote, I don't think I want to leave the hotel the whole time we're there. Now, he's like not a big Disney guy, but.
He's not a Disney guy?
I mean, he's okay, but he doesn't love the parks, but I think he's looking forward to the hotel aspect. He's like, there's hot tubs and the bars. I'm like, yeah, you stay in deluxe parts. You got to step it up.
Yeah, we don't do this pop century crap, do we?
No.
No.
I'm gonna ruin Disney for him now. That's the problem, though. That they're gonna want to go again, and they're gonna be knocking on my door asking me to book them a reservation with my points, aren't they?
Your sister likes nicer things, though, doesn't she?
Yeah, but she's cheap, so it's a catch-22. I don't know. It should be good. What are we talking about today, Parts? What's our agenda?
We're gonna talk about I don't know. What are we talking about? Didn't you want to talk about the storage locker or whatever?
Yeah, that is.
Locker?
I mean, you're the host, so I was letting you
I
introduce the
know.
topic. I didn't know you forgot it. So
no, I know it's owner's locker.
Yes. So I finally, well, not finally, it hasn't been that long, but I decided to get the owner's locker now that I've decided I'm no longer going to stay in studios.
Just a precursor, Parts. There is they are not sponsoring this show. I did try to get them on.
Right.
And they either don't answer emails or didn't want to come on the show. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to come on the show for free publicity, but
yeah, they probably just don't answer emails.
Probably don't answer emails. Anyways.
I mean, either way.
Yeah, anyways, I just wanted a disclaimer out there that we are not being sponsored.
In fact, we're actively being avoided by them, is what you're saying.
It could be. I think it's they don't answer emails. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. I'm just pushing this ship along, Parts.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I decided to sign up for the owner's locker. I had been on the fence about it. And then when I decided that I'm only staying in 1-bedrooms and above.
I love the sound of that. You're no longer staying in studios.
I mean, there may be an occasional night or two, but the bulk of our vacations will be staying in 1-bedrooms.
I mean, I'm back in a studio on Monday, and I'm not thrilled about it.
Yeah, but that's you're like you said, you're on a food mission. That's business, not pleasure. It's nice getting your boardwalk, is that right?
Yeah, I'm at the boardwalk.
Nice. That's nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
That's nice over there.
It's a great location.
It's nice when you do one night because you could waitlist it, and almost always one night's gonna come up.
They always come up.
Like if you had a week long, if you had a wait list for a week, you're not looking so hot. But one night,
absolutely.
Things are gonna bounce in. Anyway, getting off track. I decided to sign up for the owner's locker. I did the regular plan. I believe it's called the moderate plan. That gives you one trip per year included in the price. Because there's a lower plan and then you pay every trip. So if you don't go every year, you could do that plan.
Yeah, so that might be best for the people who do the every 2 to 3 years and bank and borrow, correct?
Yes, that is correct. I could do a quick breakdown here, or maybe I cannot. I have to say their website isn't the best, so there's good chance that they do not check the emails, like you said.
Yeah, their website is like 1997, isn't it?
Yeah. So I signed up. I did the moderate plan that includes one trip per year. You can pay for additional trips, and you get the locker, which I haven't seen, and I didn't really look at the measurements, but I heard they're a decent size.
Is it a one size for everything?
Yeah, you could just order additional lockers. I don't think they have bigger or smaller lockers. Okay. But there is a button on their website that allows you to request out of box storage. So I suppose if you wanted to store something bigger, they would arrange that. So basically, yeah, let's see what it says. Okay, so the locker is 13 inches tall by 22 inches wide by 20 inches wide. So 13 tall, 22 long, 20 wide. So it's a decent size.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with dividers, apparently. Each locker comes with dividers to help you organize the contents. They're great for keeping tall bottles from falling over. And then an organizer tray. I don't know if it comes with that, but I guess maybe they recommend an organizer tray. A lot of stuff. Like you can fit, decent sized stuff in there. Let's see what it says here. Okay, so the value plan.
So did you pay a year ahead?
Yeah, I paid for the full year because you save money if you pay ahead.
Yep.
The value plan is $10.50 a month. Includes the storage, and round trip visits are $30 each visit for your first locker, and then $15 for each additional locker. Moderate plan, which is what I did, is one free round trip per year. That's $12.50 a month, so $2 more per month. So it's really a no-brainer. If you're going to go once a year, you definitely just do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the deluxe plan is $22.50 a month, so that's an extra 100 and something bucks a year, and that includes unlimited round trip visits. So if you're going all the time, you upgrade to the deluxe plan. Yeah, so $125 for the moderate plan, $105 for the value, and the deluxe is $225. So you'd have to go like 3 times a year to make the deluxe plan work.
Sure.
So I signed up. I paid up at once.
Now, this isn't something that you have to have a meeting with your CPA about, is it? You just jumped on this?
No, I just jumped on it. And then you go into your dashboard, you schedule your visit, you say where you're staying, what day you get there, where you're leaving, if it's from a different resort. So ours is a different resort. So we have the schedule to come in on July 1st at Kidani Village, leaving from Jumbo House. So if you switch resorts, you take the locker with you, and then they'll pick it up from your second resort. So that still counts as a round trip, even if you're dropping off and picking up at a different resort.
Because they're not transporting it for you.
Right, you're bringing it to your next resort. They don't care where they
stay.
Yeah, they don't care where they pick it up from.
Okay.
They're going to all those resorts anyway.
Now, where are they going? Are they going to
Bell Services, yeah.
Bell Services, and that's where they drop it off, and then Bell Services will bring it up to your room?
Or
is that how it works?
They probably just let you know and you go pick it up. Because I don't think they don't bring like groceries to your room, right? Bell Services, you have to go down and get them, I believe.
I'm not sure. The rules change all the time.
Either way, I would probably just go down and grab it. And so my box is empty. I have nothing in it except that divider and maybe that little tray organizer.
So that thing is just going to be at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and when you go to check in, they're going to bring that up with your luggage, and then you're going to fill it there.
Yep, and I'll fill it. So
be your first time. Yep.
So I have some things that I packed extra this time to bring down that I'm planning on leaving there. And then I figured there might be some things that we acquire along the way that we could leave there. I'm going to give you a quick list of the things that I'm planning on bringing, and then you can give me some ideas, maybe things you would put in.
I got to pay attention?
Yeah, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
So we're leaving, we're going to leave some goggles because the girls like to use the goggles when they're swimming. So we're just going to leave some goggles there instead of hauling those back and forth. They're cheap enough. You get like a $3-5 pair at Walmart. Throw them in the locker.
You're talking about little...
Yeah, because fun fact, if you go on the water slides at the resorts, they do not let you go down with a full face mask goggle that covers your nose. Like the girls like those because they don't get water in their nose when they go underneath.
But if I do my laps
so you can't go on the water slides with those. You can go on with the 2-eye ones, but you can't go on with the nose covering ones for whatever reason.
Okay, there's got to be a good reason.
I'm sure there's a good reason, and it probably carries over to the water parks as well. But for the pools, for sure, I know that. I brought a water-friendly football that I'm bringing in case we're in a quiet pool. We want to play catch with the football.
What is it, like a Nerf football or?
Yeah, it's like a Nerf size one, but it doesn't get wet. It's made for the water.
It just floats on top. Okay.
Yeah. I'm bringing some laundry detergent pods. You know the little pods for the laundry. Because if we're staying in one bedroom, we're going to be doing laundry.
What you were saying, you said pods. You woke me up there.
Not pards. I'm not bringing pards.
I was kind of starting to doze off. I heard pods. Is he talking to me? Okay.
Now, this was one that I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to buy this stuff every time or think about it. I got salt, I got pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, some seasonings, And I even bought a little bottle of olive oil that I figured I could leave that in the locker. So some cooking supplies, some simple ones. This one I don't have yet, but I'm going to acquire. Down there is that big tub of the Gatorade powder. Instead of like
Yeah.
buying it, just leave it in there because those
Yep.
don't expire, right?
I would doubt it.
I mean, even if they do, it'd be years, I would think. A bunch of first aid stuff: Band-Aids, Tums, Pepto-Bismol, ibuprofen, Dramamine, stuff like that.
Now, what about fingernail clippers? Do you pack that with like your toiletries?
Yes, but that's a good one to leave. That's a good
Yep.
one. I'm gonna write that down. We also the girls use the you ever use the swimmer ear stuff, like your eardrops after you swim so the water doesn't stay?
I actually do now that I have an in-ground pool and I do a lot more swimming because there's been a couple times where I haven't been able to.
Yeah.
That thing works so nicely too,
It
doesn't
works
it?
great. So we're gonna leave one of those in there because we're
Sure.
always bringing that. Like hair brushes for the girls, some of that kind of stuff. Extra sunscreen or aloe that we have left over, we'll just leave it there instead of hauling that stuff back and forth.
Yep.
And the one that I didn't really think of, and then I saw some suggestions. Just leave your Magic Band chargers. Like you have the Magic Band Plus. Like, why am I going to haul those chargers back and forth? Just leave those things in the bin, and the Magic Bands for that matter. Maybe just because we each have two now, so just leave the backup one there.
Yep.
And bring one home with you. So leave that stuff. I'm thinking if I get any hard alcohol, if there's leftover, throw that right in there, like a half bottle of bourbon or vodka or something.
I got another idea as we're going. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no, this is what I want.
Our chafing stick.
Yep. So that's in my toiletry bag. I was thinking of leaving that one there because that's the only place I use it.
I mean, it's always good. You could have two because it's always good still to have in your toiletry for when you come down for the member guest.
That's true. Yeah.
Although I do have one in my locker. I mean, but that's extreme circumstances.
I think I'd rather chafe than share that.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You know how miserable that is.
It is miserable. You're right. I definitely travel with that. Every time I go to Florida, I bring that thing with me. That's a permanent fixture in my toiletry bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's a couple things that the girls might end up bringing, and then I don't know. Like it's gonna be pretty empty at first. I see a lot of people, and I don't know if I'm gonna do this. They buy like a Brita filter pitcher so they can pour the like take the Florida water out of the tap and put it in the fridge.
Mm-mm.
But I'm just gonna buy bottles of water. It's like $4 for a case of bottled water.
Yeah, we've tried the filters. It can't filter that swamp water out. And plus,
No,
you can go to the quick service and just they've got
machine,
drinking because now they have the machines like all over Riviera. That in the gym they have it just outside of their bakery, La Petite. So there's water stations everywhere, and you can just go down to the quick service. It's filtered perfectly and it's nice and cold.
Yeah,
and if you just want to always have a case on hand, I mean, it costs what $5 at Publix for a case of water.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave in your refrigerator. It's not like it's gonna break the bank.
Yeah, even if you leave half of it behind, it's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah, exactly.
The bottles of water.
Now, the bottled water stay if you had room?
Yeah,
would you be able to
I wouldn't do that because it's going to probably be hot.
Warm and yeah.
But I don't know. Like, yeah,
Just
I'm thinking of some
Cabot site, room 2235.
yeah.
Some half use Jock Itch moisturizing cream and breast milk and some water.
Like I'm trying to think of stuff that I only use in Disney or that I need for down there. And there's probably going to be more stuff that I end up with as we stay more and leave it in that box. Especially like the kitchen stuff that you buy, like a one-off thing that's not going to spoil.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to put like the frozen chicken in the freezer in that thing. But, if you have hot cocoa, like say we got in the popcorn for the microwave, if we have extra of that, I'll just throw those in there, like the microwavable popcorn packets or things of hot cocoa. Get packets of hot cocoa to make that. That stuff's not going to go bad. Throw those in there. So you're not buying a full pack every year and wasting half of it when you go home. But I think it's a good product, and the more I gonna have to look on, see what other people leave. But I'll probably leave like some chapsticks in there because I always seem to forget those when I travel. So if I just throw a 3-pack of chapsticks in there, that'll last me a lifetime.
Yep.
Even extra chargers, like we all have a million phone chargers hanging around. Instead of bringing it back and forth, I could just leave it there.
Yep.
And know it's going to be there. Maybe my little batteries. I have I do the fuel rods now, parts in the park. You know how you can like scan them out and get the fresh one?
You like that?
It's nice because it's small and it basically charges it from like 30% up to 100% on one full fuel rod, and then you just swap it out anywhere. They have them all over the place.
So it's just convenient.
It's convenient and it's easier. It fits in the pocket because I don't like bringing a backpack. I just like what I can hold in my pocket. So I just throw it in there next to my wallet and I'm good to go.
How much did that cost, by the way? Because I've been considering that. That's because we usually bring a backpack, but for the times that we just want to run up with an Epcot, that's not a bad play. I see your fingers going.
So don't buy it from the
On
machine
YouTube.
at Disney because I think they're like 35 or 40 bucks. If you go on Amazon, we got a 2-pack for $28. So they're basically were like 14 bucks a piece and they're all interchangeable. It's the same company. So I bought them on Amazon and saved a few bucks. You just got to plan ahead, get them before your trip. So that's the play right there.
How much did you pay?
I think it was like 28 bucks for a 2-pack.
Now, this is saying $44.99 for a 2-pack.
Oh, maybe that could be. It could have been a little more than that because maybe it was like 22 each. I'm thinking, and I think they're 35 at Disney. They could even be more. I mean, this was also a year ago, so they could have gone up in that time as well. And they come with all the cables too. So when you get it, it has all the different cables to charge all the different devices.
Okay.
Obviously, there's only one kind that you need because once you have your device, you don't need all the other cables, but it does come with them.
Yeah, it includes all cables and adapters compatible with all tablets and smartphones.
Yeah. No, it's a good product, and they have them in. I think each park has like 4 or 5 in different gift shops, and Disney Springs has them too.
And you can so you just swap out that rod itself.
Yeah, you scan it, it sucks it into the machine, and it spits out a fully charged one out of the bottom. Takes about 8 seconds.
I like that play.
Yeah, and so I can leave those in the thing because I don't need to bring them back and forth. It's not like I'm using them in Cranston.
That's true. Good point. Yep.
You know, I think of more things like not so much stuff that I don't want to travel with. It's stuff that I am likely to forget or that I won't use all of.
Yep.
That's where the value is for me. Instead of running down to the shop at Disney and buying a $9 pack of Pepto-Bismol, I'll have it in my owner locker. That one time I have the crazy heartburn or something. So I think that's a good move. Is this something if you had to fly in, is this something you would do?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just surprised it took you so long. Absolutely. It's just so convenient.
Yes. And it's not I don't think it's a crazy price, $100 a year.
Are you kidding me? That's nothing. It's a great service.
Yeah. Because that kind of storage isn't cheap, right? And the organization it takes, because they're all identical, so they have them all scanned in and knowing when to bring them, all that stuff. Like, it's a good service. I mean, it's smart that someone came up with it. What did you say? You had another question?
I had always modeled. I talked to Kurt if I could use some of his company's warehouse. I always thought it would be a great service similar to that because you have no basements here.
Yeah,
is to storage.
No holiday decorations, right?
All the holiday decorations.
Yeah, you had said that.
I think that would be a phenomenal service, especially if it's a quarter of the price of people who get storage.
A little self-storage unit, and then you gotta go haul all the stuff back. You drop it off at their house.
Drop it off. Yep.
That's a good play. The other thing that I like about this service is you have your own portal, so you can actually make a list of what's in it. as you add things to it. So then when you're home and you aren't looking at your locker, you can pull it up and be like, oh, we need to bring more Band-Aids with us for the next trip. I
Oh,
brought
so
a
like you
Band-Aid
can
set.
do an inventory the night before you leave it and say, if you had 20 hot chocolate packets, you only have 4.
Exactly.
So then you can put together some type of shopping list on your next trip down to Disney.
Yeah, so when we're leaving, I'm gonna go on my phone and I'm gonna type in every single thing that we leave in it, how much of each is left, and then when we go next year, I'm not gonna remember a year from now exactly what's left in there, and I'll pull up the app, I'll look, and I'll say, oh, we still have half a bottle of Tums, so we don't need to bring that, but we're down to like one thing of sunscreen, so we gotta make sure we bring extra sunscreen with us for this trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good for that. I mean, heck, I could even, because my size isn't going to change, I could leave like bathing suits in there. I mean,
Yeah.
not have to pack bathing suits. The girls, they're still growing, so we can't really do that because if you leave a bathing suit, it's not going to fit them the next time they come. But for myself, I could just leave a couple pair of swim trunks, not have to pack that. Even little things like that. We'll see. It's still adaptable. I'm trying to figure out the best way to utilize this, but I do like the product. I've heard of some people putting air fryers in there because in like small appliances that they like to use in their villas and the ones
Sure.
for cooking.
Sure.
Or if you do stay in studios and you want like a toaster oven that you could plug in, just leave it in the locker, right? Now you have a little kitchen, not just a microwave. You have a toaster oven that you can use. You could easily fit one of those in there. I don't know if Disney
Yeah.
loves that. You bringing outside appliances in, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're cooking in there anyway.
That's why they do their daily inspections.
Yeah. I
Unplug
don't
it
know.
and put it in
Do you think you get busted for bringing like a toaster oven into your? Because they
No.
have a toaster anyway, right? In the
Yeah, I
studios.
don't know how thrilled they'd be like if you had a fryer.
Yeah, like a turkey fryer, propane turkey
Yeah.
fryer for the
Yeah.
balcony. They might not like that.
No, that's probably frowned upon.
Yeah, I would say so. Imagine Thanksgiving, you're on your like 4th floor balcony, the oil's dripping over and down below.
Smoking heaters, and the people next are like, "Are they doing what I think they're doing?" Cousin Eddie, we just got beers open, smoking cigars and heaters.
Do. He's waving. I don't know. Yeah, different seasonings, things that you acquire. I think that's good. So if I'm gonna stay in 1 and 2 bedrooms, I'm gonna cook at least a couple nights.
We did it every night, Pards, at Riviera, and it was luscious.
You liked it.
I loved cooking, of course, it was fantastic.
I like cooking breakfast, so like having like pancakes and bacon. Just get a box of the pancake mix, and that's even something like a bottle of syrup. That's not gonna go bad. You throw the extra syrup in there.
No.
How about like ketchup? Would that go bad? I don't think I would do that. But like,
I wouldn't think so.
you would think it would not go bad, or you
I
wouldn't
would
leave it in
think it
there.
would not. Why don't you just try it?
Just see it comes
I
if it's
would,
good.
and just see how it comes out, and if it's good, then you can do some condiments.
That's true. If it comes out
I
with
see all
green
the
mold on it.
garbage
You're
has
like,
to be
okay, don't use it.
refrigerated. It doesn't.
No, you go to restaurants, they leave the ketchup on the table, but it's probably not there for a year necessarily.
Right.
I don't know. I just wonder how much humidity and like heat gets into this. They say it's climate controlled, but it's not like they're blasting the AC at 68.
No, but it's also probably not as bad as the Sarah Bay Cart Barn.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
You got rodents walking around. Yeah, Mr. Hurley, you probably shouldn't leave like nuts and stuff in your bag. Why? Oh, we got rats the size of cats. Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the heads up. You go pull out your 8-iron and there's a rat just hanging on to it.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh man. That's the other thing too. If you played golf all the time, you could leave some gloves or extra golf balls in that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, great play. Yeah, if you're not one to bring your own clubs down and you just rent them.
Yeah.
Save a hell of a lot, because what do people do? They come down, they rent the clubs, and then they buy a dozen golf balls.
Right. That's absolutely right. I don't have any other thoughts on it, though. I mean, I'll definitely, maybe after the trip and one of the reviews, we could talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. Just what your experience was.
And I know I did ask Angry Newfield Jr. for a list of his, and he never sent it to me. But that's okay.
He's done with us, Parts. He's been
checked
done with
out,
us.
yeah.
He's completely checked out.
He did answer your nonsense yesterday, though.
That's true.
So he'll engage
On occasion.
On occasion.
That's your buddy, though.
Yes, that's right.
You guys are like holiday buddies and stuff.
Yes, we're good friends. I'm going over his house for Christmas next year. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. It's an Angry New Phil Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing else to add here. You wanna give like the discount code if you sign up with code W?
It would have been good, but
I know, right?
Not having it. Yeah, discount code addicted to DVC.
You try it. I don't think it's gonna work. No, but it's a good thing. That's a nice thing about not being beholden to sponsors parts. We can give honest reviews of this stuff. If I don't like it, like if it's a bad service, I'll let you know. But I'm looking forward to using it. If it does not if it does not meet my expectations, you guys will be the first to hear about it. If the delivery shows up 2 days after, or they don't pick it up, or they lose stuff the next time I use it, we'll let you know. We're not gonna, tiptoe around it because they're sponsoring us. That's the good news about not having any corporate sponsors parts.
Yet.
Because we'll kiss their feet. If they throw us a few shekels, I will be bowing down, kissing the feet.
Everybody's out there making money except for the two of us.
Yeah, the only two. We're the only two honest men in America, parts, me and you. The last of a dying breed. Anyway, you want to bring us home?
You want me to wrap us up? Yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at DVC Addicts. Email the show, info@addictedtodvc.com, and join our Facebook group, DVC Addicts. For my cousin and co-host Gary in Rhode Island, I'm Mike in Florida. Thanks for listening. We'll talk again next week.
Thank you for listening to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. We want to hear from you. Email us at info@addictedtodvc.com and follow us on all socials at DVC Addicts. We appreciate you being a part of our DVC community, and we'll see you again on our next episode. Thanks again for listening, and welcome home.